Now, what about the other drugs? Any drug that can produce a trip is called a psychedelic drug. The most popular ones are LSD, psilocybin from the mushrooms, mescaline from the cactus, STP, and marijuana. Marijuana is the most confusing, so let's talk about that first. Nearly everyone is confused about marijuana. College kids, doctors, teachers, politicians, nearly everyone. The truth is, we really don't know very much about it. Is it harmful? Is it evil? Should it be legalized? These are frequent questions these days. To understand these questions better, I'm going to ask you to flash back into history with me for a few minutes. Many years ago, people were saying, is grape juice harmful? Is it evil? Should we restrict its use? Well, today these questions seem out of line. We would say it all depends on whether the grape juice is fermented or not. And to be more specific, it depends entirely on how much ethyl alcohol it contains. Let's examine marijuana more closely. The active chemicals in marijuana are known as THC, tetrahydrocannabinol. That's its real name. Now, it's ridiculous to talk about the evils or ill effects of marijuana. The only thing of concern is that it happens to contain some THC. THC is like a very small dose of LSD, but if you had a large dose of THC, you couldn't tell it from LSD. Recently, in fact, a scientist gave some people who had taken many LSD trips some THC, and they could not tell the difference. So the real concern with marijuana is the amount of THC. Some marijuana could be smoked for hours and you could barely notice the effects. But with other types, you could freak out, just like LSD. Another thing people do is to compare marijuana to the alcohol and tobacco problems. It's true that more people die of alcohol consumption and tobacco usage in 1 week in the United States than from the use of marijuana in all the countries of the world since the beginning of time. But legalize THC, and we're talking about an entirely different problem. If as much THC as ethyl alcohol were consumed, we would have a tremendous problem. So let's be sure to make the right comparison. Let's not compare grape juice and marijuana. Let's compare THC and ethyl alcohol. You see, ethyl alcohol is much worse than most grades of marijuana smoked in the United States. But THC is much more dangerous than ethyl alcohol. I hope then that you can see that the only difference in the psychedelic drugs is the amount it takes to turn you on. They have different side effects, and some last longer than others. But in the middle of a trip, you couldn't tell which one had turned you on. But enough talk about it. Let's take a marijuana trip and see what it's like. As we have noted, it really doesn't make much sense to talk about a marijuana trip when THC is the specific substance responsible for the physiological effects of marijuana. The cheapest form of marijuana and the type containing the least THC is known as Bhang, B-H-A-N-G, Bhang, and it's derived from the cut tops of the uncultivated hemp plant. A second type of marijuana is known as ganja, and it's spelled G-A-N-J-A. It is derived from the flowering tops and leaves of carefully selected and cultivated plants. Ganja has a high resin content and thus contains more THC than Bhang. Ganja is to Bhang as Scotch is to beer. A third type of marijuana is known as hashish. Hashish is pure resin and is 5 to 8 times as strong as the average American marijuana. This is because hashish contains more THC. A fourth type would be pure THC, and incidentally, today THC can be produced synthetically. Now, which type would you like to try? Pure THC could give us another LSD kind of trip, so let's not try that again. And Bhang and ganja are a little weak. Why don't we try hashish? Are you ready? Okay. Light up. Close your eyes, and here we go. Inhale deeply. Hold it. Hold it. Keep holding. Holding as long as you possibly can. And then exhale. Now, keep smoking the same way. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale.